Hello everyone, we're going to start this video. Had a little malfunction at the beginning, so we'll start it over. This is May the 12th, Thursday afternoon, 2:30 p.m. About 14 degrees Celsius out today. A beautiful sunshiny day, and I hope this is recording because I'm having some issues here, and I think it's time for a new phone because I'm having a lot of problems with my phone. So we're going to hope for the best. We're going to hope this records. And I had a request from my brother who lives in Ontario. He wanted me to show a walking tour of all of Barrington Street downtown and also Spring Garden Road. However, I don't think I have time to do both today, but we'll try to do one. All right? So we might as well do what I think I'll do. We'll do Barrington up to Spring Garden Road, and then we'll go up Spring Garden Road after that. Okay? I think that'll work. So that's my plan. So it looks as if it's working right now, but it's hard to tell because there's some issues here. But I'm hoping it's working. So I'm passing by the old burial ground, which is a very interesting place. I wish I could get in there and walk around, but maybe when summer comes, we'll be able to do that. I know we used to be able to go in there and walk around, but lately it's been locked up and you haven't been able to get in there. So I discovered reading something about some famous people that were in this graveyard, and the guy that went to Washington and burned the White House down is buried here. And so that's an interesting fact, which I wouldn't have known, hadn't been reading about it. And I'm sure there's other famous people as well in here. It's a very old graveyard. I'd like to be able to walk through there and see some history. But so okay, that's looking up Barrington, but we're going to go up Spring Garden Road today and see what's going on up here. I'm hoping everything is working. I can't wait till I get home to see this to see if it's worked or not, because it may not be recording. It says it is, but there's a lot of things that's not working on my phone right. So we'll see. I think I should go this weekend and get a new phone because this phone is not working very good anymore. I remember when the old plans were 3 years and you had to buy it out the last year and pay money to get a new phone before this one was paid off. Now they got the 2-year plan that just makes it, you barely make it 2 years when you have to get another phone. So we'll walk up Spring Garden Road and hopefully we'll make a decent video. All I can do is assume that this is working, and I hope it is. And try to make a video of Spring Garden Road on a beautiful Thursday afternoon with the sun shining down, and hopefully it's working. That's all I can say. We'll do it like it's working, and I'll look at it when I get home and see if it recorded or if it didn't record. Okay. Look at all the trees and the flowers and the bushes, how they've all bloomed out. Isn't that amazing? Yep. It looks like spring is here, although yesterday they wouldn't know it. It was about 6 degrees and felt like 4 with the rain and the wind. It certainly didn't feel like a spring day yesterday. It was far from it. Today's a much nicer day, but I had things to do today, so I couldn't get out here as early here as I would have liked. But anyway, maybe tomorrow, if everything goes good today, and I get my phone solved, the issues on my phone solved, then maybe tomorrow I'll get out and do something else. I think Saturday I should go to the phone company and tell them what my phone is doing. I had a hard job to turn my data on today. The little blue thing up in the top wouldn't come on. Showed my Wi-Fi was on, but my data won't come on. And then after enough trying different things, I got it to come on. And when I go into Tim Hortons and try to get on the Wi-Fi in there, it won't hook up to the Wi-Fi. So I got a whole lot of little issues with my phone. But anyways, enough about my phone. Let's try to have a good day today. Okay. We'll try to have a good walk around today. And hope for the best. The hole is getting deeper. I remember when this place was level. Then they started digging down, and every time I walk by here, it's a little bit deeper than the last time. So if you walk on this side of the road, you get to see all the stores and things that's on the other side. And when I come back, I'll walk up the other side, and then you'll get to see what's on this side. I think that's the best way to do that. So we'll try to make a nice video for tomorrow. Hopefully this works out. If there's no sound, then I'll just have to maybe put a track on it and talk as it plays it if there's no sound. But I'm hoping there will be sound on this. That's all I can say, I hope. I hope there will be.
Can I ask for the name for it?
But we'll find out. It looks like summer, doesn't it? And it's almost there. It feels pretty good. It's not bad at all. Beautiful spring day. I tried to come out with my t-shirt, but I wasn't quite ready for that. And I decided to put on this light jacket. I tried it in my t-shirt and it wasn't quite warm enough because there's a little bit of wind. Just enough to put a chill on it if you haven't got your jacket on. But some people are tough, they don't bother them. But I'm not one of them. But hopefully this thing's still going. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, we'll keep going. What I had to do this video today, because it wouldn't connect with my gimbal for some reason. So I had to turn my phone on by hand, get my phone working, and then start my gimbal to do the balancing. But it's not connected. I can't push the buttons on my gimbal and work my phone. So something's off there somewhere. And I'm not sure what it is. But if it works this way, it still works. I can still use it. So hopefully all is well. Even though I'm not using I can't use the thumb controls and the stuff because it wouldn't hook up. But it did turn on, so it's holding everything level. So I should be all right. I'm hoping. Well, I'll say to my brother, Doug, if you're watching this video, has Spring Garden Road changed since you last saw it? There's been some changes here. I know it's a long time ago when you saw Spring Garden Road. So there must be some changes here. I know the park was here then. I could take a walk through Public Gardens and show you that. That was here for a long time. That was here since 18 something, 1864, I think, something like that. And then it officially became one park in 1867, the year we became a country. It became one park. There was two parks here, and they joined together to make the Public Gardens, which joined in 1867 together. So there's a little bit of history how long Public Gardens has been here. I was in here the other day, and I can tell you, the flowers are all out blooming, and the leaves on the trees are like that. Isn't that beautiful? And the whole Public Garden is like that in there. Everything's just so nice in there. Well, we'll take a walk through it because you might want to see this, as well as my viewers who haven't seen a recent one. I did a walkthrough here in the winter, and I did a brief walkthrough here last week. It was just a diagonal walk from the gate out through the opposite corner, because I was on my way to the north end, and I just did a brief walkthrough. I will try to do a little bit better today. I think I better pull my mask up. There's a fair amount of people in here. I don't want to scare them, and I don't want to get sick. So, anyways, you see that everything is blooming well here, and lots of flowers. A lot of these flowers were put in here. I think most of them were. They didn't grow this year yet, so they set them in because it's kind of early for them to grow. So they planted them all, but they look really nice. Let's take a look over here at this. Look at that little tree. I'm not sure what it is, but it's not blooming yet, but maybe it will. And isn't this beautiful? All these nice looking flowers and plants and things, and that tree over there is wonderful. So spring is really here. Now, we got to admit, spring is here. We do have a cold day now and then, like yesterday was. Yesterday was a cold day, but today is a gorgeous day. Tomorrow's supposed to be 15 or something too. I'm gonna try to come out and spend the day out tomorrow. A little different than I did today, because I had an appointment over in Dartmouth that I had to go to, and I have a denturist over there that's making me upper teeth. And it's quite a process. If you want them to fit good, you have to go back for several sessions, and to keep taking another imprint to see if anything's changed. And today I tried in the blank piece the piece that goes up on the roof of your mouth and goes over your gums, but the teeth wasn't in it yet. It's just trying it to see how that fit, and I think it felt quite comfortable. So next week we got one more step, and then he said about 3 days after that I should be able to get my new teeth. So here's hoping. Keep my fingers crossed that there won't be any delays. And just taking a look down through the park from here. There's several roads through here that'll take you north, south, east, and west of this park. Whatever direction you want to go in. There's a walkway for it and an exit. Here's a nice little area right here. The circle that goes around that gazebo or platform, whatever it is. Sometimes they have live concerts and things in there in the summer. The only way we'll have that will be if we get rid of this COVID. So let's hope. Here's the little lake. You want to have a look at this? It's just small. Sometimes we have boats on these lakes, so I'm not going to spend a long time in here today because I got other things to show you. I wanted to show you the walk up and down Spring Garden Road. And so we're only going to spend a little bit of time in the park. So we'll have enough time on here to do the other. I'm very pressed today for time because I have to be back to pick Sean up at 3 o'clock. And it's already past 2. So I don't have a lot of time, but I'm going to do the best I can in here to make a video and get back to get him, take him home, and do all these things before the day's over. Fit a lot in today, but maybe tomorrow will be a little less stressful and I won't have so much to do. I like to have a day where I didn't have to do anything. I can just take the whole day and come over here and spend the day walking around and maybe do a couple of videos and have the complete day to myself. That would be nice. It's a luxury I don't get very often these days, but I'm really looking forward to when I can have the whole day to myself and do what I want to do. You know, it's really hard to take a walk and not smell marijuana. Almost every day I come out here, I walk by somebody who's puffing on the herb. Well, we come back out a different exit. We're coming in on Spring Garden Road, about halfway up the park. Okay, so we'll walk down here to the corner, and then we'll walk down this side because we came up the other side. And really from here on up, there's not a lot of businesses and things. It's more just a street. But the businesses are from this intersection on down. I like to think of it as, since we were in Toronto quite a while, I think of Spring Garden Road as Queen Street, and I think of Barrington Street as Yonge Street. They're small areas, but they still resemble each other. How you come down and you make a right up Spring Garden. If you walk down Yonge Street, you make a right up Queen Street. So they're similar in that way. It's a lot smaller scale, but they're still similar. And in Queen Street in Toronto, we had Tim Hortons and a McDonald's, and they have that here. And the Starbucks, that's all here, just like same thing it was on Queen Street. And a lot of similarities. That big hotel is called the Lord Nelson Hotel. It's huge. It's what you can see on this side, but it goes all the way down. Spring Garden Mill for about a block. And there's shops and stuff in the bottom. If you're first time here, you might not even realize that those shops are all built into the hotel, because you go in from the outside. You don't have to go in the hotel to go in those shops, and they look just like individual shops, but they are in fact in the hotel building. EastLink, that's a TV cable provider here in Halifax. Well, we'll see what's going on down on Spring Garden Road here now. Here's on down is the business section. And for a nice sunny Thursday afternoon, it ought to be fairly busy. There's a restaurant I want to try if this COVID ever goes away. There's the Captain's Boil. It's like an icon here in Halifax. It's a well-known seafood restaurant. A lot of seafood I don't like, but I really love halibut and cod. So I'm sure I'd find something on the menu that I would like. Really would like to try it. The number 1 Spring Garden bus will go right up to Halifax Shopping Centre. I think it turns there, that one. There are some buses that take you all the way up. Barrington Street too. Well, I suppose a lot of the Spring Garden Road looks familiar. The people that haven't seen it for a long time, but then there's a lot of stuff that's been built here that wasn't here. So there's a blend of the old and the new along here. They try to keep the storefronts whenever they can and build behind them. Like they're all new buildings up there, but the old storefronts are the same down here. Music store across the street. I've been in there a couple times. I can't really say I bought anything in there. Maybe a set of strings or something, but I do most of my shopping at Long and McQuaid. Here's Tim Hortons. One of my favorite spots, but you can't sit down in there right now due to the COVID-19. Just put the brakes on that. So we're just hoping, waiting for the day when things open back up. I think our vaccination rate is up to 40 some percent now. So almost a half of the province is vaccinated now, at least one shot. I got one, and I have to wait till August to get my second one. That's a long wait, because it used to be like a month. But they wanted to get everybody to have one shot, and then we'll start working on the follow-up shot for everybody. That's how they're doing it. So apparently it's all right. So I trust the experts. They're the ones that know, not me. I just do as I'm told. But I won't take the AstraZeneca because they're having too much trouble with that. And I don't blame anybody for not taking that, really, because it's not great. There's a lot of issues with it. And it's not really worth the risk, so I'm not going to take it. I know a lot of people have, and it hasn't affected everybody in a negative way, but certain people. But I'm not going to take the chance, but I don't have to because I'm in the age bracket where I can get the Pfizer, which I have had my first Pfizer shot with no ill effects, I might add. And the only thing I had was a slight puffiness where I had my shot, but it only lasted a day and then it went down. And that was about it. No bad side effects, so there you go. I'm almost to the bottom of Spring Garden Road. There's a little tiny park down here at the end of Spring Garden Road, which I'll show you that because it's kind of interesting now because they're allowing people who are homeless to put tents up there. So it's kind of interesting. There's not a whole bunch of them, but there are some tents up in there. And the city has put 2 of those small houses. I don't know if you've ever seen those small houses that they build for homeless people. And there's 2 of them in there, which you can probably see from here. There's two right there. So we'll try to get a little shot of all this stuff in here, the tents and the little houses and things like that. So there's the little houses in there, and we'll go through this walkway and show you what's here. Here's a hot dog stand. I don't know how he's doing, but he's selling some today, so that's good. We'll walk right through here, and that used to be the old library right there. It isn't anything now. They're having court in there for a while. And so there you can see the tents that are up in here. And it's allowed because this is public property. This is owned by the city. And the city says they can do it. So nobody can say anything about that. And which I think it's a good idea. I mean, even homeless people need a place to sleep, place to gather rain. We're not going to begrudge them that, are we? I don't think so. So, anyways, I'm just going to come down here and then get back on track again, walk back over to Spring Garden Road. Complete this video. Hopefully it's recorded. I won't know until I get home tonight if it's recorded or not, but let's see. It says I've been filming for 40 minutes now, so it's still ticking away. Hopefully it's working. You know, the things you can do sometimes when you're in a jam are not always your normal way of doing them, but it works. I couldn't pair it up with my gimbal. Normally I just use the thumb buttons here to control everything, but it wouldn't. So I did it by the phone. Just pretend I didn't have the gimbal, and I turned the phone on and got the video started. And then I had to push another thing to get the external microphone working, and then I set it in the phone, in the gimbal, and turned it on. And the gimbal's holding it, but the two aren't paired up. I had to do it separately. But hopefully this works. And my phone is telling me that I need a new SIM card. That's probably what's wrong. My wife had to go get one in hers, and she didn't have the same phone. She had a Samsung and I got a Google phone. But she had to go get a SIM card put in hers because things weren't functioning properly. And now I'm having that problem. And it says, it came up on my screen, said I need a new SIM card. So it might be an easy fix. And I might have to get a phone. I got a notice on my screen a couple of days ago saying I was eligible for a new phone now at no cost. So that's always good news. But I like to have this one working because my plan was to clean all the junk off it and use this one just strictly for videos. I'd have more space on it then. I didn't have to have all the other stuff that I need on my phone. So I was going to use my new phone for making phone calls and storing all my information and stuff on. And I was going to use the old one for, whoops, I can't go that way. I got to go this way. There's no walkway over there. I have to go this way. So that's my plan. So maybe I'm going to get a new SIM card put in this phone and things will be all right again, we hope. That's my plan. That's one of the tallest buildings we have in Halifax. Not maybe the tallest, but it's one of the tallest. However, there are some planned that's taller. And there's a lot of construction going on. We'll see how all that goes. But a lot of buildings being built right now. It ain't no Toronto here, but it's still nice. It's got everything in the city that you'd find in Toronto. I found it's just, they're rebuilding this front part, by the way, putting a new entranceway onto it, making it look good. Yeah, it's got pretty well everything here that you need. I always tell everybody, Halifax got everything Toronto has except the subway. But we do have all the same big name stores here that you have up there. And even along the McQuaid Music Store, they have them in Toronto and they have them down here. A little bit different policy up there, but with down here, you don't see this very often except on special items. But up there, you know, you can do in-store financing. And that's how I bought my guitar. I paid $1,000 for it, and I put $500 down, and I financed the other $500 over 6 months. And the rule is in Toronto, if you buy anything from Long & McQuaid and finance it, if you pay it off in 6 months, there's no interest fees. Halifax never heard of that. So I pointed that out, that in Toronto that's how it is. There's no interest if you pay it off in 6 months. And they said, no, we don't have that here. I didn't even know they did that. Yeah. So that's the policy in Toronto, but unfortunately it's not the policy in Halifax. So one day maybe they'll change that. Then I'll spend more money there. Because that's what I always did, and that way I avoided any interest. It was cheaper than using a credit card, because you use a credit card, you got to pay interest. Unless you pay it all off at once, and that wouldn't make any sense. If you're going to do that, you don't need a credit card. So, anyways, I like that when you can finance something for 6 months and pay it all off and there's no interest on it. That's great. But it don't work that way down here. So now I've got to go over to my car, which is where I started this morning, behind the Salvation Army building here. My son is working in there today, and so that's why my car is in behind the Salvation Army. So I'm going to go in there put my phone back, put everything away where it's supposed to be, and then I'll see how much time I got left, because he's all done at 3 o'clock, so I got to make sure I'm here waiting for him at 3 o'clock. So they got a very narrow driveway here. You have to go in one side and out the other because two cars can't meet. So this is the in driveway, and you go right around the building and you drive out the other way. So I'll just turn around. We'll look back out at the road. There, that's the way we came in. All right, now let's go over and I will put this gear away for now. All right, so that's basically it. If you enjoyed this video, push like. And if you're not a subscriber yet, hit that subscribe button. This was a bit of a not so great video. Maybe it's good to watch, but it wasn't great filming it because I don't even know if it's recorded. So we're hoping it did. On that note, bye for now.